Good morning to our lecturer, Dr. Asri, and to all my fellow mates. Today, our group would like to present about the adoption of consolidated financial statement on public sector in Malaysia. Our group member is Nur Hayati binti Ahmad Hassan. The metric number is 59347, Kwek Siang Ming 53615, Georgina Anak George 56040, and myself, Gerald Anandroba 56042. So today I would like to present about the introduction for our project. Uh, our objective for this assignment is to examine the benefits, expectation, and challenges faced in the adoption of consolidated financial statement on public sector in Malaysia. And then the second one is to ascertain whether the adoption and implementation of consolidated financial statement accrual basis of accounting will improve accountability in the Malaysian public sector financial reporting. And overview of consolidated financial statements in Malaysia public sector. The financial reporting standard recognized by International Public Sector Accounting Standard, which is called IPSAS. It is used as a guideline for public sector entities around the world to prepare the financial statement and improve the quality of public sector financial reporting. And then for the accruals accounting, it is considered to offer more useful information and to improve the government transparency, accountability, and the performance evaluation. For the Accountant General Department, AGT, has developed Malaysia Public Sector Accounting Standard, which is called MPSAS. And then it was designed to be applied in the preparation of financial report of all public sector entities, including federal government, state government, and local government. The objective of IPSAS, which is to ensure that the public interests are well served, protected by developing a high-quality public sector financial reporting standard and by safeguarding the surveillance of both national and international standards, thus improving the quality, transparency, and uniformity of financial reporting worldwide. For consolidated financial statement adoption in Malaysia, the process of adopting the consolidated financial statement based on IPSAS standard in its financial report by complying with the standard will benefit the country as the standard will aid in bettering the country accounting and financial reporting system. For Public Finance Reform Initiative, this initiative is aimed to strengthen the government finance in ensuring the stability and sustainability of public funds. Thus, the Malaysian federal government was adoption of accruals accounting for the economic transformation program in 2017. The government adopting accrual-based Malaysia public sector accounting standard. There has minor changes made to make the standard executability within the Malaysia context with the granted authorization of the International Federation of Accountants. This transition from cash-based accounting to accruals accounting will permit to the public sector to report its actual financial reporting and financial performance. That's all for me. I pass to the next presenter.
I am Nohayati binti Ahmad Hassan with ID 59347. I will be presented in benefits in adopting IPSAS in Malaysia. The main role of consolidated financial statement is to meet the needs of wider variety of users and to simplify the financial reporting system in the public sector. So for the first benefit, it will be better decision making. The adoption in IPSAS will not only help in decision making purpose, it is also useful in making decision on government allocation of resources. It will recommend ways of addressing this problem by referring of decision that could be made by the users of this report in routine circumstances. For the second benefit, it will be greater accountability and transparency. The impact of adopting IPSAS on the quality of financial reporting as a whole is will improve the reliability, credibility, and integrity of financial reporting. It's not only that they will help to plan to pave the way for the standardized financial reporting map for the use of all levels of government within the country. And for the third benefit, broader economic and social advantage with government stability. The key driver for adoption of IPSAS is important of attracting ongoing toward inward public sector investment, particularly in emerging economies. For financial statements prepared according to IPSAS will provide an international level of confidence and comparability for investors. Next will be challenges in adopting IPSAS in Malaysia. As a developing country, there are some challenges mainly in the readiness of the accountant, management weakness, and accurate and incomplete information and implementation costs. In terms of readiness, when implemented when implementing a new accounting standard, the one will be preparing in the financial report carry the crucial role to successfully implement it. In this case, the accountant in the public sector is the main role in order to implement it successfully. Not only that, in this case, Malaysia should be benefit at least from having quite a strong accountancy profession compared with many countries. It would be possible to do it in 5 to 6 years. However, transformation of an accounting system from an old one to a new one will need tremendous capacity of accounting skill and knowledge. In terms of management weakness, the biggest factor in predictor of whether the implementation will succeed is in the hands of management or upper hands in the public sector. The upper and top official in the government, the departments and bodies play a big influence on how the accounting standard will be executed. However, there was improvement on the financial management. There were some department agencies that did not completely comply with the accounting regulation. So the non-compliance includes the negligence on complying with accounting standards and rules, insufficient staff, and lack of supervision and financial management. For the third challenges, it will be inaccurate and incomplete information. Notable difference between the previous accounting standard used and MPSAS are the treatment of the asset. The treatment of the PPE, which is property, plant, and equipment. They use the accrual-based accounting. Malaysian federal government departments, state government, and local government had difficulty as the system used cash-based accounting before. The transformation from cash basis to accrual have them to be in difficulties in adaptation. This will lead to incomplete or incorrect record of opening account and problems in valuing other assets and liabilities, and also complex financial instruments. Lastly would be implementation cost and skills. The ability challenges result in over-reliance on donor funding and consultant expertise and skill problem with the lack sufficient IPSA skill to transition into accrual-based accounting, and also the need to handle stakeholder expectation. They will need to be trained in the high cost of implementation, of cost preparation, including seminar, trainers, and the use of qualified external consultant, IT upgrade, and development of correct guidance and translation resources, it will be incurred. I will pass the next part to my partner.
Hi, I'm Kwek Sang-ming. I will discuss about the finding and the next chapters. For discussions of finding, we have two findings, which is accrual-based accounting in public sector and the professional influence. As you can see, the accrual-based accounting in public sector can be present more transparency, accountability, and performance evaluations. However, the accrual-based accounting in public sector provide the information and the data more reliable and useful because all the all the account is based on the accrual and the financial report will be more precise and accurate. The next, the goal is aligned within the government. This is because as a control mechanism for resource management and performance evaluations in the public sector, they control all the accounts and record into the significance accounts accurately. Another finding is professional influence. Professional influence including IPSAS, the MPSAS, which is Malaysia Public Sector Accounting Standards, federal statutory bodies, and so on. For IPSAS, they set the financial standard and regulate the public sector entities and internationally. So they provide a list of standards to all over the world and a guidance for recording the financial statements in public sectors. In Malaysia Public Sector Accounting Standard (MPSAS), they formulate and adopting the standards set by the IPSAS. That means in Malaysia, all the standards they will follow IPSAS. For federal statutory bodies (FSB), they are the semi-governmental agency work closely with other government bodies in achieving government objectives and interests based on the standard set by the MPSAS. Moreover, the MPSAS hold power in standardized public sector financial report, but their contributions and the appearance to the public sector are not visible. Moving on, I will talk about the methodology of this research. For this research, our methodology will be using secondary data. And what is secondary data? The secondary data is referred to the information that has been already gathered by someone or other peoples, individual or agencies, and readily available to the researchers. And why we use secondary data? And because of these three reasons. The first reason will be the secondary data actually far cheaper to collect than to obtain the primary data. The second reason is the time involved in searching the secondary source is much less because we conclude and we analyze the research based on the researchers that have been done before. The third is play an important role in the exploratory phase of research when the task at hand is to define the research problems and to generate the hypothesis. These are the three data resources that we use, which is financial reports, online library and website, ebooks, or physical books. For data collections, we explain the significant finding based on the previous study from other researchers. and we use the relevant information from the government website, journal from the libraries, financial reports of public sectors, and others. The first one is financial reports. Financial reports is the document that play a very significant role in scrutinizing the public sectors in terms of quantitative analysis. So general accountants of Malaysia will spend time analyzing the various financial indicators of public sector. The second is online library or website search. This research has completely utilized the literature materials available online. For instance, online publications, journals, articles, and so on. The two main database that we normally use is JSTOR and the Science Direct. Moreover, the third one is books or ebooks. The course book have been very useful in refreshing the knowledge as they revise a different concept and theory when examining the accountability of financial statements. So the book and the academic journal are the good resources to collect the secondary informations. As the research is very general, we didn't use the magazine and the newspapers for our research. That's all.
Hi, my name is Georgina Anna Josh, and my metric number will be 56040. And I will briefly explain about the recommendation and conclusion. As we know, Malaysia is one of the countries that has undertaken a financial management reform program over the several years, with the process of consolidated of implementing it, namely in terms of the readiness, management weakness, cost of the implementation, and accounting related information over the time, whereas the IPSAS will able to adopt smoothly. It can be seen a growing interest from the both practitioner and researcher for the adoption of the single set of the standard for all the public sector entities and for implementation for a new financial reporting system in the public sector. Whereas, next Yati. Okay. Whereas, according to Walker, state that the preparation of a unique or set of consolidated statement comprising the whole government is supported. Whereas the finding that of the study are expected to be beneficial to various of party. The benefits are mainly that adoption of the consolidated financial statement in the nation will assure the transparency, improve accountability, accountability, and reliability of the financial reporting as well as reducing corruption. Well, according to ACCA, there was an improvement in the financial management which is appointed by the National Audit Office when comparing the financial statement of the federal government, which was audited by uh, National Audit Office Malaysian. Therefore, it is suggested that each ministries and department should be fully compiled with the financial regulation in order to increase the efficiency of the current financial management and improve any weakness such as the laxity in complying with standard financial regulation and process, insufficient staff, lack of financial management, and so on. The, the Accountant General Department of Malaysia need to step forward and collaborate with the Malaysian Institution of Accountant as well as the professional bodies of accounting in order organize more workshop, conference, and training which is relevant to the accrual accounting in the public sector accounting. This will help the public sector accountant to equip themselves with the necessary skills and knowledge on the accrual system of the transition. The findings of this study also recommend that the government should ensure the human expert and technical resources are available and adequate together with enough funding to increase the readiness to adopt accrual accounting system in Malaysia. I think that's all for us in our group. I would like to say thank you for watching our video. Hope you like it, sir. Have a nice day and happy, stay safe, everyone.